That's why I've called for a corporate carbon tax. To say to those who pollute and use those technologies, you're going to pay a tax on it based on the amount of emissions you produce each year, and try and put a level of cost on that in a way that will make it less attractive to sustain that kind of economic, that kind of usage. Well, our guess is, based on economists have looked at this, that'll cost us about $50 billion a year, about 10 cents a gallon. Now, that's not inexpensive. And people say, why have you, I mean, just the word tax will drive people crazy. Well, I understand that, but most Americans, if you tell them what you're going to do with that, I think they're willing to accept some alternative ideas. With that tax, I invest in the alternative ideas to fast track the solar, the wind power, the geothermal, the ocean thermal gradients, the fuel cells, the ethanol, the biodiesels, all of these ideas out there that can make a difference. And secondly, provide a tax break for consumers that want that advantage so they can afford those appliances that are less polluting and more efficient. But thirdly, let me mention this to you. We spend $300 billion every year to buy oil offshore. $300 billion. Almost $100 billion of it goes to countries that are very hostile to us. They're not our friends. Now, $50 billion is expensive, but $50 to $100 billion every year is also expensive. Why not break that tie? Why not spend the $50 billion, if that's what it costs us, to become energy independent, so we don't have to rely on that part of the world for our energy in the future? So we have cleaner technologies and cleaner fuels. Clean up our health, really deal with global warming. So I would tell you here, while my idea may be expensive, the status quo is a lot more expensive. Sure. And you've got to change it if we're going to make a difference. And those are the ideas I'm offering, and I believe I can sell that idea and convince people to help us do it. And by the way, I would use some of the revenues to help businesses that want to move away from their dependency on fossil fuels.